Nigel Farage has launched a scathing attack on Labour's immigration figures, claiming that only 1 in 5 recent legal migrants to Britain are in employment. Speaking on live TV, Farage challenged the narrative that immigration benefits the economy, citing his analysis of recent migration data. The criticism comes as Britain grapples with record-high net migration figures, which reached 906,000 in the 12 months to June 2023. In today's video, we will watch the footage of Farage's rant and react. Not only that, but we will also go over all of the latest news from up and down the country. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and join our fast-growing community. Just a quick one to say we have new Make Britain Great, again t-shirts available on our store. Go grab them now. They are available at britishstand.com or check the link in the description. So as stated in the intro, Nigel Farage has launched a scathing attack on Labour's immigration figures, claiming that only 1 in 5 recent legal migrants to Britain are in employment. Have a watch.
From the Liberal Democrats, centre-left of politics, human rights, international law, these have always been fundamental things.
Yes, absolutely.
Part of your belief system. And yet when you hear Alp talk about the way in which human rights are now being abused, do you have some second thoughts on this?
No, I don't have second thoughts, but I do think, and you're quite right, Nigel, to lay the blame very squarely at the door of the Conservative
But it's not blame because you agree with this policy. You agree with letting lots of people in.
I don't agree with what the Conservatives did, which have...
But you want more.
What happened when we left Europe, all of a sudden, immigration...
But you want more immigration.
Not necessarily more immigration, but you do need to look at how you control it. And what happened after Brexit was that all of a sudden, all those people who were coming and going across EU countries, whether they were Polish plumbers or Romanian nurses or whatever they were, that a lot of those people decided to stay, so they sought settlement. So that put the figures up. We've now got masses of people coming in. I think it's something like 36% of people working in the health service are from Africa. You've got people coming from Africa, you've got people coming from India, you've got people coming from the Philippines.
But you support that, just to be clear?
We haven't got people
hang on
in
a
this
second.
country.
I mean, you can argue about it.
You don't want to blame us for it, because you agree with it.
But I tell you what I do blame all of you for. The fact that this narrative, and I'm going to come back to Alp and finish this segment off, this narrative that immigration is good because they're all coming here to work. I've looked at the figures. Of the last couple of million that came, only a fifth are working.
Well, we've known for years and years, Nigel, that overall net migration of the sort of numbers that we've had in the past, which were much lower than they are now, it's been a net fiscal cost. Those costs have gone up.
Let's put this in simpler English. It's making us poorer.
It's making, yes, if you look at GDP per head, the money in our pockets, I'm afraid that's flatlined for many, many years, and recently it has actually been reducing.
But what about the people who are coming here to work, to do jobs that
One in 5. One in 5 of those that have been allowed in work. I'll tell you what, that is shameful.
Also, yes, and
it is shameful.
If you speeded up the asylum process, a lot of those people actually would be able to work and contribute.
That may be true and it may not. But of those that have legal, and it's difficult with this because we have illegal and legal, and we're debating both. But even of the legal, only 1 in 5 are working.
What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. In some other news, the UK has conducted a war game to test its weapon supplies in response to escalating rhetoric from Putin, who has been increasing his threats of World War III. The new strategy aims to assess how military suppliers would rapidly scale up production of essential weapons, such as drones and missile rockets. This move comes amid growing concerns about the UK's ability to deliver sufficient military equipment to the front lines on short notice, given doubts over the resilience and flexibility of the defence industry. Ministers have raised alarms about the current focus on expensive, advanced weapons systems, which, while sophisticated, take significant time and resources to produce, and are still vulnerable to emerging technologies, The Times reports. Government officials have also pointed out that the ongoing conflict in Ukraine has highlighted the vulnerability of exquisite military equipment, like advanced tanks, personnel carriers and warships, to relatively inexpensive drone strikes, which can cost just a few £100s to produce. One official described the situation in Ukraine as a machine gun moment for the army and a jet engine moment for the Air Force. Sources within the Ministry of Defense, MOD, told The Times that Ukraine's drone technology is advancing rapidly, with new capabilities emerging roughly every month. They emphasized that defense manufacturers must be able to quickly produce high-impact but less resource-intensive equipment, and that this process needs to be tested to ensure the UK can meet future demands. As one official put it, in a prolonged conflict, your strength depends on the industrial capability behind you. Lastly, an 8-year-old girl has died after being stabbed whilst reportedly trying to protect her mother during a late-night attack at their home in New Ross Island. Malika Noor Al-Khatib was fatally wounded when she intervened during an incident at the family's William Street residence on Sunday night. She realised her mum was being attacked and went to try to help her as much as a young child can, a source told reporters. The incident occurred on Sunday night, when emergency services were called to the scene. Paramedics rushed to treat the young girl, who had suffered at least 2 stab wounds during the attack. Malika was immediately transported to University Hospital Waterford for urgent medical care. Despite the efforts of medical staff, she tragically passed away in the early hours of Monday morning. Malika's mother, Alicia Al-Khatib, 31, was also injured in the attack and taken to hospital for treatment. Sources indicate that Mrs. Al-Khatib is expected to make a full recovery from her injuries. A man in his 30s was also wounded during the incident and is receiving treatment at University Hospital, Wexford. Gardaí have confirmed that the injuries sustained by both adults are not believed to be life-threatening. New Ross Educate Together. National School, where Malika was a pupil, has declared a critical incident following her death. Principal Teresa White said, "This is a terrible tragedy for the family, our school and our community. We are deeply saddened by these events." The school has implemented its critical incident management plan and is receiving support from the National Educational Psychological Service. Teachers are helping students cope with the tragedy whilst providing parents with guidance on supporting their children. Gardaí have launched a full investigation into the incident, with detectives from the Technical Bureau examining the scene into Monday evening. A senior investigating officer has been appointed and an incident room established at New Ross Garda Station. The coroner has been notified, whilst the Garda Technical Bureau and Office of the State Pathologist are assisting with inquiries. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British political content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.